Welcome back, everybody. Okay, time for another fun holiday cookie recipe. This one is a little different, and I think we were talking about vintage, Christine, earlier. Vintage is very big, and when I saw these cookies, it was just like something that Grandma would make. So this would be very on trend this holiday season.
They would.
They're homemade ginger cookies, and they're absolutely beautiful. They look homemade. They don't, you know, they don't look store-bought at all.
This might not be the belle of the ball on your Christmas cookie plate, but boy, for flavor, you cannot beat it. And it makes a lot, which is great for like a cookie exchange if you can give it away, because once you taste it, you might not want to. It's really, really a great tasting cookie.
They're really pretty. They really are. So this is Christine Brodersen. She loves to cook. She's a local mom from the Valley, and we love having her on for the recipes. So let's get started on this one.
Okay, so we're going to have just 1.5 sticks of butter.
That we've left out at room temperature.
Yes.
So important. If you know you're going to be doing some holiday baking, do you pull these out kind of the night before?
Yeah, usually probably in the morning, because if they get too soft, then your cookies spread out and they get crisp. So sometimes I end up sticking them in the microwave for like 5 seconds, turn it 5 seconds, and usually that does it for me.
Okay.
But it's going to be a really moist cookie because it's going to have brown sugar and molasses, and the molasses and the ginger together is just such a wonderful combination.
So should I basically get going the sugar and the butter, start creaming that?
Start creaming the butter and the sugar. Okay. And I'm going to put together the flour and the spices. And it's got all the best of the holiday spices. You've got your baking soda and your salt.
And we were talking earlier, Christine was saying that when you do the spices and kind of do the baking soda, you like to whisk it first and then add it to the butter. I agree. That way the baking soda really gets combined. I think we've all had that where we've taken a bite of a cookie or a bread and you get that soapy kind of thing. Yeah. Not a good thing.
Well, even like with cloves, and I love cloves, and the smell of cloves is really the smell of Christmas. But if you got a bite of cloves, you would not like it.
It's not a good thing.
So it's a good idea. So we've got your cloves and more ginger. So we've got powdered ginger and crystallized ginger, cinnamon, and then nutmeg. Now,
let's talk about crystallized. Oh, go ahead.
The nutmeg, I'm going to use a whole nutmeg, okay? And you can find those at a spice store or a bulk food store. We have nutmeg as well.
Brenda from Bulk Food Shop was just saying that they have them there, but they are a little tricky to find. But world of difference between grating it yourself and using the stuff that's been in the container for who knows how long.
Nutmeg is like basil. If you put dried basil in your spaghetti sauce or you use fresh basil, there's a big, big difference.
Huge, huge.
So we're going to use fresh nutmeg. And I just got my microplane. And I'm just gonna grate it right in there.
Okay.
You can't go wrong with nutmeg. You know, nutmeg too will go great like in your lasagna. Honestly, in your mozzarella sauce, you put some nutmeg in there, you'd be surprised. It's
that
very
little
good.
Something
little
different.
something special.
So now whisk that together to kind of really get the spices in there and.
Yep. Now to the creamed butter and sugar mixture, you're going to add an egg.
Okay, 1 egg.
Did you add the?
Not yet.
Brown sugar?
Nope. Whoop, I was slacking on the job here. Okay, so both brown sugar and granulated sugar. And I'm going to give this just a minute. Now let's talk about the ginger, because that is something I'm not real familiar with, is the crystallized ginger.
The crystallized ginger is wonderful. If you love ginger, you could just eat this like candy. It's lovely. Sometimes called candied ginger. Okay. It's not fresh ginger. It's either candied or crystallized, they call it. You can find it at a spice store or bulk food store. Here it is in the chip form. If you can't find the chips, because you're going to want it small, you can find it almost in like little pieces. They're about this big, and you're going to cut them small so you don't get a big bite of ginger either, because that would be too sharp. When you're cutting ginger, it's very sticky. It's candied. So if you want, what you can do is spray your knife with canola oil or vegetable spray, and that'll keep you from getting just it all gunky on the knife.
Good tip, because you said that finding it in little pieces like this might be a challenge for you. So don't be worried then, get the bigger pieces.
And just cut it.
Yeah, cut it up. Okay, so this looks good. So now in goes our molasses.
Add the molasses.
What a pretty color.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, smells so good. Wait till we get those spices in there. Okay. Once you got that mixed, we're going to add the flour and all the spices. And just like you would add chocolate chips, once this is kind of mixed, we'll add in the crystallized ginger.
And is the ginger going to just kind of melt when it, you know?
No, it stays
Oh, it stays. Okay.
It stays whole, like a chocolate chip. It's a ginger chip.
I love that.
Stick that in there.
Pretty thick dough.
It's good.
Good to go.
Now
It
this
smells,
dough,
the dough smells delicious.
it does.
Yeah.
I mean,
smells like Christmas.
Smells like Christmas.
It does.
This dough needs to be refrigerated for about an hour. When I make cookies, I do a big operation. So sometimes I keep it overnight.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. You can do that. All right. Good to know. So here's the dough. So it firms up a little bit, and that goes for a lot of cookie recipes, holiday cookie recipes. If you bake them right away, sometimes they spread too much. So good tip there.
Okay, now this is raw sugar, sometimes called turbinado sugar. It's got color, it's big and granular, it's pretty, and it just adds a little something special for the Christmas plate. So I've got a cookie scoop.
And our parchment lined baking sheet again.
And then we're going to roll it.
Okay.
And you're going to dip it in this beautiful sugar. And these bake at 350 for 9 to 11 minutes.
So quick bake. Do you press them down or anything? Or
I do. I'm going to flatten them a little bit, and why I'm going to do that is because I want a little place to add more sugar because it just looks so pretty on there.
And I love the way a good way to flatten it. This is just a little baking ramekin.
Yep. Oh, we got to dip it first.
Yeah.
There you go. And then you can flatten it, and I'll
add a little more
sprinkle.
sugar. And that way you're going to get that nice shape too.
Yeah.
And they spread a little bit. Here they are, real pretty on a plate. Yep. I love this recipe. I'm so making these. And we will put both of Christine's cookie recipes, the hazelnut chocolate dip shortbread cookies and these wonderful ginger cookies on our website, along with my easy breezy chocolate holiday M&M cookies and the bark that we made too. So lots of great ideas. Christine, always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you very much, Amy.
I hope we'll get you back again this holiday season to make something else for us. Good deal. And again, we'll put all these cookie recipes that we did on the show on the website. So stay with us. We'll be right back.